Hello everyone. Today I want to introduce a new way of creating math problems. Traditionally, math problems are written on a paper, students solve them and submit their work to the teacher, who then spend a lot of time on grading. This process has two main issues. It is time consuming for teachers and students can share answers. Our platform addresses these problems by providing a new way of making problems for each student. It is a unique problem for each student. Let me show you how this works. This is a honeymath, a website I have created. So it provides a lot of introduction and let me show you this platform. Let me enter this problem maker and take some time to load. And once it loaded, you will see a list of files on the left and the problems list on the right. Creating a problem is quite straightforward. For example, you just click this problem like find the inverse, and then you got a problem of the inverse, and you can add a problem, and you can just create a problem by clicking this problem bank and add another problem. This time let me add this find the eigenvalue and eigenvectors. So once you make a problem, you can always download and upload the progress whenever you need. So this is how you make the problem. And you might wondering how students do this problem. So there is a button called student mode, and you can click it and you can see this from the student point of view. So you enter the system and you can see this is how students see these problems, right? Okay, so one feature of this system is that every problem is randomly generated. You can see that you can press this refresh button and it has a different problem. But the problem is not that random in the sense that it's determined by the student number, right? So let me try to modify this number by 4, right? It changes a little bit, but if you whenever modify back, it changes back. So each problem is uniquely determined by this number. And this matrix is not completely random matrix because every problem is generated by the code. And this code guarantees that the determinant of this matrix is equal to 1, which guarantees that it always has a nice integer solution. You might have already seen a lot of platforms that generate math questions and help teachers to create them. But why should people choose honeymath? Well, honeymath is the first platform that helps you, not blocks you. Other platforms typically use their own code or methods to write exercise, but honeymath uses Python to generate problems. Here, let me show you a simple example like 1 plus 1 problem here. This is something familiar to you. If you see the code, it is some simple Python code. Now I can copy this code and then try to run it on my local computer. So I open a file like e.py and then I just copy the code here and I save it. And then I can just directly say python3 e.py and you can see it just generated a problem and I can just answer it. I can say 2 and it says me I'm correct and 2 plus 2, 4 and then I'm correct. So this is a very important thing. That means in the future, maybe this platform will disappear or abandoned, but what you have created is always yours. So the second reason we choose Python is that large language models like GPT are prevalent today and people use them extensively for their work. Let me demonstrate. By using Python code, I can ask GPT to generate a problem for me that can run on this platform. Okay, so here's how I do it. I simply copy the document of my website here, read the document, and say yes if you understand. Copy the document here and wait him the response. Okay, now he said yes. So I can ask him to create a problem for me, and this is the problem that I want to create. Help me to create a problem that asking student to provide 3 2x2 non-zero nilpotent matrices. So let me wait his response. Okay, it seems that he write a lot of code. And actually I also asked him to import necessary packages. Okay. Okay, let me try if his code works. So you can just run the code and see that works. And let me just enter the student mode and let me provide 3 2x2 matrices. And it realized, okay, I had to enter 3 matrices instead of just 1 or 2. And then it realized the first one is not a non-zero nilpotent matrices. I can, yeah. Now I want to make 3 nilpotent non-zero matrices. Yeah, and my answer is correct. So as you can see, by this kind of thing, you don't need to learn how to write Python code. The ChatGPT will write it for you and generate problems. Then you only need to do some minor modifications or ask GPT for further assistance.